Welcome back to my channel. My name is Joshua. I'm happy you're here, and I hope you will learn a lot from this video. Now, in my last video, I introduced myself. If you have not watched that video, I will link it in the description below so that you can meet me and understand what this channel is about. For those of you that have already checked out that video, thank you for checking it out. You already know who I am and what I plan to do on this channel. So today I am beginning to film the first in the series of videos that I'm going to make. Now today I won't be working on a client project. I know that in my last video, part of what I said I was going to bring to this channel was to bring some of my clients and make you see how I relate with them and how I help them handle their real life project. But nevertheless, what we are going to be doing today is a real life project. It's just not one of my clients. It's actually someone I've been following for a while and I was looking to reach out to in the future. What we are going to be doing today is rebranding a business. Now, she is a realtor, and as you can see from my screen, her name is Rebranding. I hope I did not butcher the name, but I don't know if it's Rain or Rain, but Brochel is the surname, and it's Rebranding Experience Luxury Real Estate Service. She is actually her own brand. Actually, what I've seen, she's a part of a brand. She's in front of a brand. You know, there are some people that have a brand, but you don't know who owns it. So she's in front of a brand. She's Rain. She is the person running the brand. So the reason why I've chosen to do a rebrand is because I see the need for it, right? I don't know if she thinks the same, but at this period, what she says she does and what a business looks like she does, there is a disconnect there. Now, first of all, as you can see, she has a brand name as Rebranding Experience Luxury Real Estate Service. So the keyword here is luxury. Another one is real estate. First of all, judging from our website, before you even go down here, when you come here to the website, you don't exactly at first glance know what this website is about, right? So secondly, when you check and you say, oh, I think there is what I'm seeing in the background of this website right now is a couch and a shelf, not an entire home. You know, it doesn't really capture the essence of the brand. So there is a disconnect there, not just on the website, but I've taken the liberty to open some of our other pages, like our YouTube. There's nothing on our YouTube. The link that from here, from the website to our Facebook is broken. Our LinkedIn is what I think she you know, post more stuff on. But let's see what has she been posting on her LinkedIn. So she has been posting these things about a rainy day, sold another one. We have ready for showings and stuff, and I think they are the same things that she posts on her Instagram, as you can see. But let's be honest, when you come to this page, you don't necessarily get the vibe that this is a luxury realtor. And why I'm actually really interested in her is this: she is pretty badass. Seriously, like have you seen the qualifications that she has? She's top 1% realtor in I think, I don't know where that top 1% came from. Rainbow is in top 1% of realtors in our industry, as awarded by America's top 100 real estate agents. So aligned with Coldwell Banker, Frisco, Texas, Rain has been successfully assisting buyers. So you know, she is a big deal, right? She's individual number 6 in Texas. You know, she has a pretty impressive portfolio, and a brand just doesn't look like it. A brand, to be honest, looks like something that, you know, someone who is just starting a business is running. And yeah, so there is a disconnect between who she actually is and what a brand feels like or what it looks like. So that is what we are trying to solve for her today. Now, this video is going to be cut into different parts, right? So in this particular video, I will be showing you my process of the things I do before I put pen to paper. Okay, what kind of research I do, what kind of information I need to find before I put pen to paper to start sketching or drawing or designing anything. Then in the next video, based on our findings, based on what we know today, we're going to create a stylescape. Now, there is only so much that we can do in terms of strategy. Let me get that straight. Because to really have a strategy for this brand, we need to talk to the owner of the brand. We need to know what their goals are, right? We need to know where they see their business, in short term and in long term, and we need to figure out how to help them get there. Not just by prescribing, but by figuring things out together with the clients. And in my future videos, you're going to have the opportunity of seeing me take on that process. But what we can do as far as strategy at this stage, now that we can't contact her, now that we can't get her on board, and I didn't reach out to her before doing this, so I'm just doing this for you guys, really. So we can only figure out as much strategy as we need for the design, right? So we want to understand how to present our brand. Then we'll create a stylescape, also called a style guide for the brand. It's kind of like, already envisioning what the brand is going to look like. Then after creating the stylescape, then we now go and start, designing our own stuff, right? We'll sketch the logo. This is where the fun parts begin. I'll probably, have like just a fast forwarded video, a speed video, of that process, because, and I may narrate, so that you can understand what I'm thinking, but I won't take you to the strenuous process of every single thing that I'm doing, but I'll try as much as possible to convey my thoughts with that video. And in the next video after that, we will start to create some applications for our design, like real life designs that she needs. So we'll apply, this is where, from the logo part, from the stylescape part, and this mock-ups and presentations part, we'll figure out how to help her convey our brand in the way that it should be conveyed. I can't stress that enough. But that being said, after that stage, we're basically done with the identity design phase. And as a bonus video in this series, I will be showing you how to create a case study. So I know I've seen many people's case studies, especially younger designers. When you post case studies on Behance or on your website, there is so much that you need to know about presenting the video. So I'll teach you that as well, and we'll present this video and post it live. Yeah, let's dive in. So the first thing I did in this research process was to first of all find out more about her and her profession, what she does, especially her certifications and her qualifications. I wanted to see where they could lead me to, like the magazines she was featured in and the accolades that she's gathered over the years. I wanted to see where they could lead me to, check their website and see what they're saying about her. And then I came back to her website to see the things that she does and the kind of houses that she has on sale and what she says about herself and what she wants to achieve. Then I dug deeper into her personal life to see if I can get a sense of a character, vibe, so to speak. Went to her Facebook, went to her Instagram page and dug deep to see what kind of pictures did she post and what kind of life does she live. I know it feels like I'm stalking her, but it's just part of the research process. I want to know who this client is first of all, so that I can know how I can present her to the person I want to present her to. After that, I was able to then go back and do some research on some of our customers. I won't go too deep on how I was able to find out that information, so that creeps don't copy me and start to stalk people on the internet. So yeah, I was able to find out some of our clients and was able to find out what they do and what their lifestyle is like. Then I also decided to go do some more research on the DFW Metroplex, and it led me to datausa.io, where I was able to find out much more about Dallas Fort Worth complex Metroplex. So I was able to find out a lot of information, as you would see from the comment videos. So from there, I was able to decide who this person that we are talking to is, and who she herself is, and how we can figure out a common ground for them to relate to each other. And yeah, one other thing I did before I move on to the next step was to look at the competitors as well. I checked out some other personalities that have won some accolades as well, that have been featured in the same magazines that she's been featured in. I did some research on them and saw what they were doing differently, and how she could leverage her stance in the industry. Yeah, okay, so we've done our research, and I've been able to come up with like a couple of things. I found out some stuff about the company that she's running, the business that she's running, and who she's trying to serve. So I'm going to go over those things with you and let you know what I found out. First of all, we've already discussed who we are talking about here, Rin Burchell, and she is a realtor with the registered sign in front of it. Apparently that is a real thing, and for you to be like an actual realtor, you have the difference between an actual realtor and just a real estate agent is that a realtor is registered and is recognized as a realtor. There is some things to that I found out, so that was very important to set her apart from just an ordinary real estate agent. Now, what do we know about Burchell is that she's top 1% of realtors in our industry, as awarded by America's top 100 real estate. She's aligned with Coldwell Banker, Frisco, Texas. Actually, Coldwell Banker is a larger firm, and they have realtors like partners and stuff like that. So she's kind of one of them, and a very much recognized one at that. And these are some of her qualifications: CDPA, CLA, HMS, CNM, and so on and so forth. What we know about her so far is that she is top quality. She's qualified. She's a seasoned and experienced realtor. That is who she is as a person. And she's primarily a Texan realtor in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex region. Now, that's kind of like a region of cities in Texas, right? So there's like a couple of cities in that region, actually, for those of you that are not in the United States. So there is a couple of cities, so it's a very big region, and it's a nice one to walk to live in as well, and have a family life as well. So I kind of summarized what I was able to find out in 3 words or 3 qualifications. So she's known for, first of all, our customer relations, and it's not just because of what I found on her page or what she says. I've seen a post. I went through a post. I went through like some of her profile. Sometimes when you're doing research, it feels like you're stalking someone. But I did some research on her, and she actually gives off of that vibe of someone who has good relations with people. She's not so strictly professional, and she is professional because she's very experienced, but then again she has good relationship with her customers, in the sense that she is trying to help you. She's honest, and that's the second thing that is there. Like she's honest. That's one thing that she has going for her, and she's an expert. We can't stress that enough, given her qualifications and her features and all that stuff like that. So yeah, those are 3 things that we know her for, and we want to continue knowing her for. Now, before we start designing for anything, now that we know who she is, we want to know who our customers are. We want to know who the business is trying to serve. Because right now, of course, she is a realtor, and she can probably help you out with your real estate problems, like probably anywhere in the United States of America. I don't know, but she probably can do that. But a major primary focus, right, is the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex region. That is where she actually, sells most of her houses, and practices a real estate profession more. So she does it more in the Dallas-Fort. But what you should notice is that because she's a real estate agent, no, not a real, because she's a realtor, she has partners obviously all over the country, and if you need help from her somewhere outside this region, she can probably help you out too. But what we're just trying to say is that this is our focus, this is our territory. So we want to find out about that region. Who are those that live in that region? Who are those that can who are those that can work with her? What kind of houses are in that region? Want to know the detail about the customer, because knowing these details will help us design with the customer in mind. You always want to do that. You always want to design not with yourself in mind and trying to flex your artistic muscles, or the customer, trying to please and satisfy the customer. Of course you want to satisfy the client, but what you should design for, what you should strategize for, is the customer, the person that is going to bring money for this business. So you want to really know who they are. So we've broken it down to the fact that it is in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and I was looking for some data online. I found something on datausa.io. The median property value is $238,800. Okay, so you can see it here from this graph that I have on my screen right now. When they said median property value, it means, so it's like considering everything from the low end to the high end region. We're not saying this is the average. The average is not the median, if you get what I mean. So there is some statistical thing going on here that I don't want to go deep into. But if you can look at if you can see from my screen right now, you will notice that in Dallas-Fort Worth, Arlington, Texas, the largest share of households have a property value in the $300,000 to $400,000 range. Now, what that means is that in this range of data right here, the tallest bar on this chart carries the largest amount of people, house owners, homeowners in Dallas-Fort Worth in the DFW Metroplex. So, and the largest share of property is in the $300,000 to $400,000 region, meaning that our 238,000 is not far off from the median value. It's not like an outlying value. Okay, so it is pretty close, and we can consider that as, because another thing I want to also mention is this: I have no contact with her at all. If I did, I would be able to know average of the houses that she has sold in the past, and the average of the houses that she wants to sell based on how much she's going to make from it and what her financial goals are. But we don't know that, so we're kind of using public data here. Now, to be able to afford, so the median household income in the DFW Metroplex is $70,000. Like, that's the median as well. But a larger share of people earn between $75,000 to $100,000. And as you can see from this chart right here, like a larger share of people earn between $75,000 to $100,000. But the median household income is $70,000. So there are people obviously earning lower than that. There are actually a lot of people earning lower than $10,000, earning lower than $45,000. In this region alone, is like a lot of people earning very low income. But then it's sizable number of people are earning higher as well. Okay, in that region. But the largest share of people are earning this particular amount now. So here's an assumption that I'm making, but I'm making based on informed data, right? That I was able to find out from our website and some of the things, the houses that she's sold, that she's posted on her LinkedIn and on her Instagram. Now, the houses she sells are majorly in the range of $300,000 to $400,000, right? So how I was able to do this was just basic common sense. I went to our website and I saw like the featured listings on the website, and they were in that region. They were in the 300 region to 400 region, right? And then I go to her Instagram page and I check through all the houses she sold, because when she sells a house, she makes a post saying sold another one. When she does that, she posts the image of the house as well, and I was able to cross-reference that these houses are kind of, for the DFW Metropolis, they are kind of in this price range, so we can assume that. Now, we also know that this value is somewhere around the highest number, the highest share is more than the median property value, right? But it's somewhere in the highest share of property value that there is. So for someone to be able to afford a $300 to $400,000 home, what is their life like? How much must they be earning in a month? So I went to some websites. This is smartassets.com. So it's kind of like, how much can you afford? How much home can you afford? And by putting some values, like turning some sliders here and there, we're able to come to the realization that your expected household income per year is around $65,000 to $80,000 per year, right? So that way you can comfortably pay your mortgage and you can do some other things with your life. So this is assuming that this person is married, the spouse income is zero. We're assuming that this person is a full housewife. I know it's still like an extreme condition. We did not take into consideration of every single person, because some people may have spouses who also work as much as they do, and they have kids and stuff like that. So we are not considering that right now because we don't have enough information about her business. Information about these things could be online, but about what she has been doing and what she plans to do. So we are trying to just focus on these people here now. So we want to know, who is that person that can, who are those people that earn between this price range, like 65,000 to 80,000, right? What's their life like? What are they looking for? What problem are they trying to solve, right? What will bring them the most joy right now in a realtor? Now, so we are looking at, so I created two user personas. We have Sam and Jessica, Bill and Maureen. But let's look at Sam and Jessica first, right? So these are the assumptions that we're making, but based on informed data, like I said. So they are married. They're a married couple. They are in like early to mid 30s. They're just starting out their life. Some works at a full-time professional job. So what I found out is, for you to be earning that kind of amount in the DFW Metropolis, you are probably working a 9 to 5, sort of like you go to work every day. And the reason I came to that conclusion was that on the website, where I was looking at some information about the DFW, a larger percentage of the population drives to work, right? Only about 5% work from home that we can call the entrepreneurs. So they spend about I think 20 minutes or 15 minutes in commute. So they basically go to work every day, 9 to 5, Monday to Fridays, Monday to Saturday. So and you're imagining that if you are starting a family, you have a kid, both of you probably can't do that kind of work. Someone has to, family matters basically. But we're assuming that Sam works a full-time job, and Jessica, she either works from home, like she's doing some online business, or maybe she's an influencer or something, or she's working part-time, or she's a full housewife. So the breadwinner of the family is Sam, right? And they have a kid. They're a young couple. They have a kid, or they're looking to have their first kid, meaning that they're just married. So this is like an example. So they are kind of like starting their life, happy and feeling blessed. let's look at Bill and Maureen. Bill and Maureen is like another persona that we want to look at. So they are not young. They are not as young. They are still pretty young. They are not old, but they are not as young. And I'm making these assumptions also based on what I've seen from her page. Who are those that she has sold to, and what is their life like? So most of them, some of them usually want to move out of Texas. Some of them want to change their home, and it's not like they're just starting their life or something. They own a home before, they're trying to sell it and move here, or they're trying to sell this and move somewhere else. So she helps with those sort of people too. So I'm assuming that they're married, they are in their early to mid 40s. So Bill, who is the breadwinner, he got transferred or got a new job in DFW. They have kids, and their kids are like in middle school or high school, so they can take care of themselves. There's some freedom. So Maureen still can work from home. She's a part-time, or she can decide to be a full housewife if she wants to still look after the kid as much as if they want to still be a traditional family. So they are looking for a new home in DFW, or they are looking to sell their home and move to a new location. So that's the second persona. Now we've come to the end of the research phase. We now know what we are designing for. We have an idea of who this person is, what they want out of life, right? So Sam and Jessica are just, they're looking for that home that's perfect for their new family. Bill and Maureen are looking for that home that is probably better than their last home, because I'm assuming if Bill is getting transferred or getting a raise, or a new job, they want a better home because they can now afford it. So they're looking for something better. So what does Renee or Rin, what does she offer to them? She offers them that partnership. Okay, don't worry, I got you. I will help you find this house. We will do this together, and I'll be honest with you, and I will, with my expertise, I'll be able to find you that perfect home that should be yours. Okay, so we are now about to go into the design phase, and that will be in our next video, obviously, because this video is probably already too long for this. I just wanted to show you quickly what my research looks like, right? Just to recap, this video is basically to show you what are things you need to find out before you start designing. You need to know that there is actually still a lot more that we're not able to decide on with this mini research, because we don't have contact with the lady. But with this, you can make an informed decision. You are not just designing something that looks pretty, that looks like every other real estate out there. You know what Bill and Marie want. You know what Sam and Jessica are looking to achieve. So the brand that you are building will be tailored towards these people, will be tailored to satisfy them, and help them achieve their goals, help them make their dreams come true, right? So you don't want to design for everybody. You want to design for these people. You don't want to look like every other real estate firm out there. We want it to be different, right? We know the personality of our client. We know who she is. We know how she relates with people. So we want to convey that charisma, that professionalism, right? That expertise. Right? We want to convey it with design. We want our design to look both friendly and professional, right? So not too strict. We know what we are looking for now, right? So in the next video, what I'm going to be doing is I'll be creating the stylescape, right? Kind of like a mood board, but so we're creating a stylescape to basically show the visuals, like the vibe of the brand, because now we are going to the brand identity phase. We still don't have a brand strategy yet. Don't be deceived. We don't have a brand strategy yet. This is just like a mini brand strategy, because it's just like a discovery thing that we did. We don't have a solid brand strategy yet, but we have enough to proceed and to get stuff done, basically. So stay tuned for my next video. See you on the other side.